Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spark It YouTube channel. For today's video, I'll be talking about a famous artist, and her name is Yayoi Kusama, so I hope you all enjoy. So the artist that I'm going to talk about again is Yayoi Kusama, and who is she? She is a Japanese artist who is sometimes called the Princess of Polka Dots. Although she makes lots of different types of art, paintings, sculptures, performances, and installations, they all have one thing in common, and that's dots. Yayoi Kusama was born in 1929, the youngest daughter of family from the mountainous regions of Matsumoto in central Japan. Her family made their living from the cultivation of plant seeds. There is still a plant nursery on the site of Kusama's childhood home. She had a conventional upbringing, and when Kusama began to express enthusiasm in art, her family were not wholly supportive. Her mother in particular discouraged her young daughter's dream of becoming a professional artist, trying to steer her instead towards the conventional path of her traditional Japanese housewife. But Kusama's persistence was strong. When her mother tore her drawings away from her, Kusama made more. When she could not afford to buy art supplies, she used materials she found around the home. After the outbreak of the Second World War, Kusama, like other school-aged children in her hometown, was called upon to work up to 12 hours a day in a parachute factory. Despite this punishing work, she managed to find the time and resources to continue drawing. Kusama began publicly exhibiting her work in group exhibitions in her teens, and in 1948, after the war's end, Kusama convinced her parents to allow her to go to Kyoto to study painting in the Japanese modernist Nihonga style. She continued her studies in Kamakura City, but soon grew tired of the conventional approaches of her teachers. Her great ambition and talent were recognized when she began staging solo exhibitions in her hometown in the early 1950s. So what's with all of the dots? Yayoi Kusama tells a story of how she was a little girl. She had a hallucination that freaked her out. She was in a field of flowers when they all started talking to her. The heads of flowers were like dots that went on as far as she could see, and she felt as if it was disappearing, or as if she was calling it self-obliterating into this field of endless dots. This weird experience influenced most of her later work. By adding all over marks and dots to her paintings, drawings, objects, and clothes, she feels as if she's making them and herself melt into and become part of the bigger universe. She said, "Our Earth is the only polka dot among a million stars in the cosmos. Polka dots are a way to infinity. We obliterate nature and our bodies with polka dots. We become part of the unity of our environment." She also creates environments of dots so that we can experience this feeling of self-obliteration too. She calls these rooms her infinity rooms, and creates them by installing hundreds of flashing colored LED lights into mirrored rooms. The pinpricks of light in the dark room reflect endlessly in the mirrors, making you feel like you are in an apparently endless space. The dots surround and engulf you. It is very hard to tell where you end and where the rest of the room begins. She met and inspired important artists including Donald Judd, Andy Warhol, Joseph Cornell, and her art was part of the exciting art developments such as pop art and minimalism. She was also one of the first artists to experiment with performance and action art. As well as being an art pioneer, Yayoi Kusama put her creativity into other things, including music, design, writing, and fashion. So I hope you all enjoyed hearing a little bit about this artist, Yayoi Kusama. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out www.sparkits.com for full online art courses for kids and teens where they can learn from home. Bye!